So, as I was saying, there definitely appears to be a, I don't know if it's by design or on purpose, between when your employee kind of gets into action, particularly for a sale, versus continuing to do whatever it is they call themselves doing, which I'm going to call it schmoozing, but we honestly don't know for certain. So even though my owner is currently painting, I am keeping an eye on the store to see if anybody gets it basically, when they're ready to buy something, they get a floaty bubble with a blue shopping cart. When they have gotten annoyed with waiting for you to check them out, it turns to red. And then when they are just totally done waiting and you still haven't waited on them, they basically storm out of your shop. And I have had my, oh, here we go. Oh, she maxed her sales skill. Oh, that's nice. See, like I was telling you, my employee can improve their skills. So she's truly remarkable at sales. She is now ringing up customers as fast can be, and is nearly always successful when interacting with shoppers. So that's good. So I will probably give her a promotion once I actually see it for myself in action. And there are some interactions that I can have with her, like this whole manage thing. So, for example, I can promote her to assistant sales associate. I've already designed her a uniform. I can check up on her. She's not slacking, so I can't berate her. I could criticize her. I could demote her. Well, technically, I can. Oh, now that is your indication that somebody is ready to buy. When you get this notification, what a choice, what a value. I paused it because, again, once you see that, the time starts ticking, and you have to find who the heck said that. And I think it might be, is it this guy here? Because it doesn't exactly tell you who that is. And right now I am looking for a person with the thought bubble of a basket above their head, but I'd be doggone if I see anybody. So, up there, it's this one here. So hopefully my employee will get into action, but somehow I doubt it, and I really didn't want to stop my thing. Good. So I'm going to come down, or Lena rather, is going to come down. See what I mean? She's still schmoozing, even though I have her set. That's the other thing. When you do the manage, where is it? Yeah, assign work task. Come on. I had this set for ring up customers, but again, it changed. So there you go. So anyway, as you can see here in the lower left hand corner, it takes a while for me to ring up the customer. So, which is why you really want your more than one person to be doing this, because that's the other thing I've noticed. Sales tend to come in batches. So now I'm going to go and tell her to ring up customers. And it'll still take her a moment to do it. So I'm going to ring up the next customer. And then we have another customer that's ready to be rung up. And we'll see how long it takes my employee to get on it. That's right, children have money and they like art.
What's that?
Children can also apparently take themselves to the hospital, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But this is what I recommend that you, not that you can go away from your store anyway, but like I said, notice he is almost out the door here. Notice how it is like vibrating.
Dag dag.
It's like it's a bit late now, girly.
Ludrup Skanes Bunny. Refsig.
But you saw that delay before she got up. This is like the third customer, or the second, since I actually instructed her to ring up customers. And that, I think, is something they need to fix. Now let's see how long it takes her to get to this one, because I believe it's her. Yeah. Ooh, wow, that kid is rich. Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. Okay, still nothing from my employee, so we will go and ring her up myself. So do keep that in mind. I don't think you can leave your store anyway other than to stay in Magnolia Promenade. I have not tried it because, as you can see, you lose sales that way. So if you actually want your retail establishment to be a success, you definitely need to stay and manage it, particularly when it comes to the collection of monies. So I'm going to check real quick. The register is at the lower right hand corner here. This is where you can see how long you've been opened. Generally, you want to be open for about 8 hours. I've been open as long as 10, and it didn't seem to make any difference. I'm curious. My employee is just standing there, so yeah, she finally gonna ring up a customer. Okay, yes. Up, and now we have another customer, and it is this one here. And we will ring her up.
Dag, Jumfels Tulane. Ebazirik, Tom Rosana.
Jessene Klonkas Rabana.
Yumi. So. Dobatosh.
Okay. So again, just keeping an eye on things. And before I open the store again, I'm gonna have to spend some time painting. So as you can see, we are emptying out here a bit. Oh, I also created just this little spot over here. This is something new that you can buy. It is a vending machine. It sells pastries, soda, sandwiches, and pastry, soda, sandwiches. Oh, and pre whatever food. The only thing that doesn't require a microwave are the sandwiches. You will also find these on the job sites. So for the doctor, the scientist, and the detective career. So I'm just kind of checking to make sure no one else. And of course I put in bathrooms. But I really do wish they had an employees only door. Granted, nobody seems to go in this door. Unless, of course, I'm upstairs and somebody's trying to get to me. And I have had that happen. So an employees only door would be greatly appreciated. And now my girl is getting hungry, but I'm gonna wait until the 8 hours is up. I've already made a tidy little profit there, although it'll probably be a little lower because I don't think that takes into account my employees. Up, and there we go again. Let's see, we're gonna come over here because I don't know how long it's gonna take my employee to get her butt in motion.
Tiru, Swaby. Das, Bespinau.
And right now I think she is slacking off.
Rolus Girga.
And I got 3 customers. And Girly has not moved yet. Really?
Rokaba Avenor. Arbam Zoom Fatamoy. Ludrup Skanes Vani. Ja, Refsig.
Now that's unusual. I did not have to tell her to do that. And notice nothing was. So that's a problem.
Rokaba Avenor. Arbam.
I'm not sure if that's a bug or if I threw her off somehow by bringing up, but that didn't happen the other times. I mean, this is like the 4th time I've opened the store. And I should not have to tell her every 10 seconds to go ring up customers.
Yanabi.
Slarfa. Taro.
Alright, I'm gonna go ring her up myself. Apparently she was gonna go ring her up. There is another customer though. Go ring him up. Now see, now he's leaving. Hang on, I'll show you. He's ticked. So lost the sale because my employee is too freaking slow. And it did say ringing up customers. She hasn't rung up a sale. So that's something that I think needs to be improved upon. Oh, I did not realize she actually had to go to the restroom. So yeah, we will send her to the restroom. I thought she was just hungry. Now let's see if my girl will ring up a customer without me telling her. I got 2 customers. Okay, it looks like she's gonna go over to that one. So I will go to that one. And then I think we're going to shut it down after this. Yeah, 10 hours. Yeah, we are. Oops. Oops. My bad. As soon as you hit close, you close the store. So, and as you can see, the wages, I'm not promoting her yet. I'm gonna wait. So it looks like these sales are still gonna go through. And then of course my employee is going to leave. I'm going to take a moment to clean up. And that's that. So that is all in a day's work. We made $5,333. We sold quite a few paintings. Only lost 1 customer, but they don't tell you that part. And that is that. So we are going to go grab our doctor, I believe, and show you a day in the life of a doctor. Okay, we are in the house of my doctor. I actually have her in a 2-story, and she's in Oasis Desert or Springs, whatever. Normally I prefer Willow Creek, but there is at least one community that actually is green in Oasis. This is not one of them. But I like the house design. I did not design this house. I like the house design. I modified it, but I did not design it. So I was like, yeah, let's try this out. The reason I'm starting here is because a couple things I want to show you, and one is again because you don't freeze your other tunes in time, so when you get back to them, they aren't necessarily in the same shape that you left them. So, for example, her social's down, her fun is going to need something. She's hungry, and it was 1 in the morning, and she hadn't gone to bed. So, and she gets up at, she has to be at work at 7. So I only got 10 minutes. So what I did was I had her use the restroom and I had her take a shower. For the doctor, there is no place for you to take a shower. You can skip on the shower for the detective and for the scientist because they have showers, but I have not found a shower at the hospital. So, oh, the other thing that you will notice, so as soon as I get to work, I'm going to have her grab a sandwich. But as soon as it hits time, notice immediately a button pops up and it says Eva's hospital shift is starting now. Care to join her, or should Eva go to work alone? So if you have a choice, you can go with them, and kind of that's the point, or you can just send them, and it's just like any of the other non joined professions. So we're of course going to join her for a day in the life of a doctor. She, I believe, is like a level 6 in the doctor career. She is, I believe, a RN is the designation they gave her. I don't even remember what you start as. I know at one point you're an orderly, another point you're like a medical technologist, an assistant nurse is another one, but currently my tune is an RN. Now, when you first get here, the very first time and maybe the first few times, you'll get a notification basically saying, hey, welcome to work, blah, blah, blah. What you want to do is over here on the left hand side where you see, first of all, ignore workday ends at 6:54 a.m. I don't know what the heck that's about. But basically you want to fill up this bar. Notice it says healing powers, another day, another diagnosis. You want to fill up this bar, and as you complete the tasks that are underneath the bar, you can do other tasks, but if you actually want the tasks that you do to count towards your performance, because you have your performance here, well, this performance is affected by in my case, successfully diagnosing and treating 3 patients, and then B, affected, as in this bar here is affected by how much of this I get done in a day. The other thing that gets affected is your pay. So let's say that you only make it into the first, you don't make it out of the first part of the bar, you get a very low pay for that day. You at the when you're at the high end of the bar, or if you know are at the end of the bar, that is going to be your highest rate of pay. So even though you make 95 an hour, and even though you can stay late, that is work overtime, if you don't get this bar filled up, it you take a ding to your pay. What else? Let's see. Yeah, I am level 6, and the next one would actually be a doctor, general practitioner. So that's good to know. So in case you don't have the game and are still on the fence or whatever, I'm just going to show you around a little bit. This is the entry area here. This is where patients come and line up, and I mean that literally. When they get tired of waiting, they will leave. This is where you do, this whole area here is where you do your analysis. This is where you actually do analysis and log your results. This section here is where you test the patients. So this is your x-ray machine, which can and will break down. This is your treadmill. Let's see, way over here are your surgical stations. I've only used this once so far, and that was on an emergency on, of all people, Mrs. Goff, whom in my game Mortimer has died. But anyway, these are the admitting rooms here. So when you grab a patient, if you want to grab a patient, or if there's already people sitting here like the ones you see here, I will, since there's nobody here, there's no point in me grabbing anyone, there's no one to grab. So as soon as I get her something to eat, I will just come in here and pick which patient that I want. I am at a high enough level that I actually will have to determine a diagnosis as well as treatment. At lower levels in the profession, you will basically just